Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a great day. So today's video, what it's about is, what do I look at when I do a home inspection? Basically, if you're looking to buy a house and basically you're approaching the house, you're looking at the outside, how beautiful it is, if it's landscaped and all that stuff. I did a video on picking the perfect home, but you might have already picked a home and you're set on it, and that's the home that you want. But you hire a home inspector, and I want to go through what I look at when I'm inspecting a home. Just a rough idea so you guys have an idea. So anyways, if you could do me a favor, if you could subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like these kinds of videos, and hit the bell notification so you're notified next time I do a video. All right, the first thing I look at when I'm driving to a home inspection, before I even get to the house and I turn down the block of the house that I'm going to do an inspection, I look at the houses as I go by. I look at their condition, I look at their roofs, because it'll give me an indication of what I might expect when I get to the house. So then I get to the house and I pull into the driveway, and the first thing I look for is there a big oak tree in front of the house? Because to me, let's have this person pass this real quick, because to me a big oak tree could spell trouble, because what happens is the tree's roots grow into the sewer lines, and then they can collapse the sewer lines, and you may not even know it until you move in and you start flushing a bunch of things down the toilet, or you're taking a shower and everything starts backing up. So that's the first thing I look at when I approach a house, is there a big oak tree or some kind of tree in front of the house? All right, the second thing I look at once I get to a house is, if there is a tree in the front, is there big branches or hanging over the house? Because I know if it's big branches, especially branches or palm trees or whatever it is touching the roof, probably in that section is going to have some kind of damage. You could have mold, it could have curling, it could have roof leaks. So if there's something hanging over the house, that's one of the first things I'm going to look at, because the roof is the next thing. I'm going to put a ladder up there, I'm going to walk up there, I'm going to look inside the gutters to see if there's a bunch of granules in the gutters. I'm going to see if there's any curling, cracking, missing shingles, if they're flat. So the second thing I would look at is the roof. What kind of condition is the roof in from the outside? So that's the second thing I look at. All right, the next thing I look at when I'm doing an inspection, I walk around the house and I look at the conditions of the walls. Is there any cracking, any stab cracking? I look at the fascia, basically the board that goes around the house, right underneath the roof line. Make sure that's not all cracking. I look at the conditions of the windows. So all that stuff is important, especially if there's cracks, because if it's cracks, water can penetrate, and there's a reason why the cracks are there. Obviously, if they're minor cracks, that's normal, but if they're major cracks, that's something I'm going to investigate further. So I look for cracks, I look for the condition of the walls, I look for moisture damage, mildew, I look for just how they take care of it. Because here's the deal, what I noticed, how the outside of the house they took care of it, that's basically how they took care of the inside of the house. So if the outside of the house is pristine, in good shape, 90% chance the inside of the house is going to be in good shape. But if the outside of the house is trash, it doesn't look like it's been painted in years, and the roof is falling apart, that's what I would expect when I go inside the house too. All right, now that I did my preliminary stuff on the outside of the house, I go in the garage, because usually the garage, not always, but usually that's where the electrical panel would be. So I go in there and I take a look at the electrical panel. I see if it appears to be old, rusted, outdated. I look at the amperage to make sure it's sufficient for the house. I look at the brand to make sure it's not a recalled brand like Federal Pacific, or well, that's not really a recall because they went out of business, but a Zinsco, even some Square Ds. So I look at that stuff. So my next thing is check out the electrical panel. So after I check out the electrical panel, I check out the air conditioner, especially here in Florida. I take a look at it, I go outside, look at the air conditioner, see how old it is, see if it's more than 10 years old, because in my opinion, if it's more than 10 years old, I recommend replacing it. Then I go look, see where the air handler is. It might be up in the attic. I turn it on, and I actually, in the house, if it smells musty or something, and then I know there's a problem, I look at the registers, see if they're dirty. I look at the filters to see if they've been changed, because again, it goes back to the roof. If the roof is in bad shape and the outside is in bad shape, probably a 90% chance that the filters haven't been changed forever, even if you're lucky to even have a filter. Because what I noticed is on some houses that haven't been taken care of and they have a problem with the filters, they just take it out and never replace it. And then I know that the air handler is going to have problems because there was nothing filtering anything to prevent it to getting to the air handler. So the air conditioner I would look at the next thing. Then I would go check out the water heater. Look at the condition of the water heater. Look to see if there's rust on the water heater. Look at the age of the water heater. Take a look at the pipes. What kind of pipes? I would open up underneath the kitchen sink, bathroom sinks. Make sure there's no polyurethane plumbing in there, because those are known to start leaking. So anyways, I could go on and on of everything I do during a home inspection. My point is, as a home buyer, you could do those same things. Everything I just explained to you, you could do within 20 minutes. So when you get to the house, check those things out yourself, because they might be red flags. I'm not telling you to climb up on a roof or anything like that, but just step back, take a look at the roof, see what it looks like. Don't focus so much on the front of the house. Check up what's up on top. So, and then check out the electrical panel. Do everything I just said. And I know it sounds like it would take forever, but it won't. It'll save you a lot of headaches down the road. And then hire an inspector, and they'll verify or deny what you said. If you have an opinion that the panel needs to be replaced, but the inspector says no, it's good, well, they're the licensed professional person. They're not an electrician, but they're saying it's good. But anyways, people, that is today's video. I greatly appreciate it. Again, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.